Just having a quick glance at me seeds that I sowed 2 weeks ago, veggie seeds. They're popping up. A week later they haven't come up, don't know why. I put some special fertiliser there and it seems to have worked there, didn't put it here. Anyway, I'm just going to sit down. This is my backyard or side yard, whatever you want to call it. Just going to sit down and talk about a few things that have been on my mind. It's getting a bit hard, honestly, to keep putting up with all this shit that's going on. It's staggering the mentality of people. And I just want to point out a few things. As I made a few videos recently where comparing statistics around China, countries like Vietnam with 97 million people have not one death. Not one single death. Other countries like Laos, Cambodia, 7 million and I think 24 million. 0 deaths. Anyway, come back to Australia, in this fucked up fucking country that I live in. We haven't had a death in over a month. It's been stuck on 102. You'd think every single person would be going, hang on, this is a fucking pandemic. No one has died in 1 month. No one has fucking died in a month. We're not hearing a thing. And I'm telling you, it's got fucking worse. Because what's happened here in Victoria, in the fucking guinea pig state of the world, Victoria, with 6.5 million people, 19 deaths in 5.5 months. 19 deaths. And we've had the tightest restrictions you can fucking imagine. Bars and restaurants, still not open. We can't go to a bar, have a beer. I just finished a round of golf and normally have a beer after. No, none of that shit. But what's happened is this communist fucking premier, Daniel Andrews, who seems to be making the decisions on his own. They hear this bullshit about seeking the health experts' advice and shit. They wouldn't know jack shit. But he was going to ease restrictions last Monday. But instead, because of a few days of numbers which went in double digits, cases, I could not give a fuck about your cases. And that's what they keep bringing up. Cases. That's where they scare the whole world. Cases, this cases, that cases, everywhere, millions of cases. Show me deaths. I don't give a fuck about your stinking cases. 98% of cases, it's just a stinking cold. It's just a runny nose. We got these celebrities. None of them are dying. Cases. But, like I said, there's all of a sudden this panic here in Victoria. 5-7 days in a row, whatever, of double-digit cases. And it's all fake. It's fake as fuck. They're trying to tell us one family of 6 to 7 people in the family have tested positive. And they're actually using the word coronavirus. And I'll get to that. And this other shit they tried before that last month about some meatworks where everyone was testing positive. I think from the protests, 2.5 weeks away, gone, 18 days gone. I think they've come up with 3 cases, 10,000 people. No one's died, but 3 cases. I don't give a fuck about your cases. So, I've got to explain what's actually happening. Australia and New Zealand, but fuck New Zealand. Australia was given a script. They were going to have a low death rate. Low death rate, 102. That's fuck all in nearly 6 months. But we've just come into it's June, end of June. It's winter. People get the sniffles, coughs. We all get it. It's the usual thing. But we never worry about it. So they've timed this perfectly. Because as you know, the what do you call it, the flattening the curve, it's all about dragging it on, because they can't just say, bang, let's fake all these deaths, which is hard to do. You can't fake so many. And then somehow just throw this vaccine, because the whole agenda is the vaccine, okay? They've got to drag it on and make it look like, the vaccine's going to be useful. So what's happened? We're going to ease off slowly, ease off. And second wave, that's what we're hearing. They're telling us, the second wave. Because, like now, they're going to blame this supposed, more cases shit, or who knows what they're going to do. There's going to be more people being tested positive. They're going to say it's a second wave. So, it's going to be more restrictions, back into lockdown, and people are going to fall for it. The last person I just saw drive past me had a fucking mask on in his car, on his own. It's just so fucking ridiculous. So, they'll drag it on, and then, because, if it was just going to ease off like normal, like most things, and then they try to push the vaccine, people say, what the fuck we want a vaccine for? It's gone. It's like like Ebola, like mad cow, like swine flu, it's gone. Oh, fucking stick your vaccine. We don't need a vaccine. But they're going to push this second wave, and people will be queuing up. And when I say queuing up, I don't watch the news, but I saw a video on last night, and I was just astounded of the, words fail me, the mentality of people. Supposedly here in Victoria, in Melbourne, people were queuing up in cars to go through drive-through testing and sitting there for 4 fucking hours. Can you fucking believe it? Idiots, 4 hours sitting in a queue of cars to get tested. And it's happening all over fucking Melbourne. People are wanting to get tested. What for? How about you fucking do some research and realise there isn't a COVID-19. All your testing is for coronavirus, and we all got coronavirus. And every single one of us will test positive if they want you to. Every single one of us. They'll just amplify it up if they want, but they just got the numbers that they want, and they just play with them. And you're not going to believe this. Novak Djokovic, of all people, the anti-vaxxer, he has tested positive. Why the fuck did he get tested in the first place? He had some tennis thing he had, in Serbia, wherever he is, and they showed him dancing away fucking later, it was the nightclub, or it wouldn't be the nightclub, I don't know where it was, and everyone's calling him out, doing the wrong thing. But tell me, why did he get tested? There's nothing wrong with him. He won't die. No one dies. No one dies from this shit, because it's bullshit. And they purposely made him positive. Because like I said, they'll make anyone they want positive, because we all got coronavirus. And that's... they're going to use him to, whatever, I don't know. Is he going to take the vaccine? Are they going to start the tennis again? I don't know. I don't think he's a player in it, but ask yourself, why did he get tested? So, just on that, I made the phone call a few days ago. I want to know how they test these people. Yeah, we got these drive-through, unskilled people, just sticking a thing up your nose and putting it in a plastic bag, sealing it, and off it goes. Where? Where does it go? This person told me, to a pathology lab. A pathology lab. We got these pathology labs everywhere, all around the world, in the islands, everywhere, ready for this. And I heard today that testing has gone from 7,000 to 20,000 here in Victoria. Whether that's a day, I'd be staggered if that was a day. 20,000 people tested a day. Can you imagine that, going to a pathology? I mean, a pathology is usually busy anyway with the normal shit, blood tests and all that. How many people have that? So we've got this extra 20,000 a day in pathologies, and you're telling me they're actually testing this shit? No, they're not. They're throwing the shit in the bin. And they're just making up any shit. They're making up any shit. Oh, we'll have him positive, but there'll be no names. There'll be no names. We got this family, supposedly, And what's disturbing is that today they're going to name these hotspots, and I just happen to be in one of the hotspots in the western part of Melbourne. Hotspots because a few stinking cases. Yeah, they don't name the family of the supposed 6 or 7 that have all been infected, as you call it. Hang on, you got a COVID-safe app to protect you from people that are supposedly positive, but here you are telling us we've got people, a family. You're not telling us the name, where they live. They might be our next door neighbours. Hang on, shouldn't that be publicised? They're not criminals. We just want to know their names. But no, there's no names because it's all bullshit. How would you be if you were next door neighbour to them? You know? No names. They can make up anything with cases. You know, it's not so hard to fake deaths, which they do. 102 people dead. None of them died from any COVID-19. We know that. It doesn't exist. No one under 50 dies in Australia from it. But do you think people question that? 2 people under 60. Average dying age 78. 20%, which is 20 people out of 102, 90 plus. I mean, come on. What are people thinking? Are you that fucking stupid? I mean, honestly, I don't want to go into it. I'll talk about it tonight, but the riots, it's all part of this shit. The riots, the Black Lives Matter shit, it's all part of this. It's all about divide and rule. That's what they're doing. And people, if you don't wake up now, we're fucked. We're fucked, you know. I put up a video of a guy actually being forced in a hospital. They said he was mental. Didn't sound mental to me. They got the police to hold him down so they can put a tablet in him. God knows what the tablet was going to do. But that's what's going to happen. And apparently with these hotspots here in Melbourne, the cops are going to be knocking on your fucking door to check you out. Check you out what you're doing. Yeah, that's a good practice run for the police state. You know, that's an excuse to knock on your door. You know, what are you doing? Are you doing social distancing or whatever? And the other thing, I saw 2 nights ago. It was a BBC, ABC, fucking some report, and some woman in America, in Britain, some slag, in the studio, started talking to some reporter here in Melbourne about all this shit. And then they made a big deal out of it, Melbourne's going backwards, blah, blah, blah. There won't be any spectators allowed at the Melbourne cricket ground for the footy and all this shit. I couldn't give a fuck about that. But what got me was they got some guy, I think he was an Englishman. He said it cannot believe how in Victoria, I think he just mentioned Victoria, maybe all of Australia, how we're not forced to wear masks. Can you fucking believe it? Forced to wear masks. No one's going to force me to wear a mask. You can stick your fucking mask up your ass. You have to be a brain-dead idiot to wear it. No, it doesn't do anything, even if there was a real virus going through. The pores in the mask, it's like 10 times the size of any fucking bullshit virus that's going to go through it. So they're useless as tits on a ball. And people don't realise that. You know, I don't want to keep going on, harking on about how viruses are good for us and they're actually in our bodies and, created when we have a disease. They come out of the cells and they're there to get rid of the toxic cells. The exosomes. Fucking do some research. They are not a disease. They are the reaction to a disease and not the cause of a disease. And we are being fucking lied to by supposed medical experts. They should all be in fucking prison for telling us this lie. Honestly, the viruses aren't a living thing and they don't spread through the fucking air and touch. And yet we got all this fucking bullshit crap. Washing your hands every 20 fucking minutes, mask, social distancing. I'm fucking sick to death of it. So anyway, I just want to talk about that and just show you. Notice how they're popping up. They're all radishes. I don't think there's cucumber. Not cucumber. I think there's cabbage over there. Anyway, the last video I made, you saw me digging this up. I've never grown veggies in winter, but anyway, bought a few seeds and threw them in, and who knows, and there's my 2 passion fruit vines. Hopefully they'll grow. and my orange tree that's doing nothing, and my lemon trees that are dying, and my cherry tree, which I don't know what that's going to be doing, but anyway, it's not that cold today. It's 16 degrees. Supposedly that's above average. Bullshit. So anyway, I'm sick to death of all this shit. How long's it going to go for? When are they going to start forcing this fucking vaccine into us? You know, 102 deaths in Australia in fucking 6 months. None in the last month, and it's a pandemic. Are you fucking kidding me? Once again, I don't give a fuck about your cases, Mr. Andrews, or any you fucking idiots that cases this, cases that. You know, people, it's just drummed into their heads. They hear these cases and millions and millions and millions, and the fact is only not even 500,000 people have died worldwide in 6 months, and that's normal for any seasonal flu. Check it out, that's normal. So there's nothing fucking, you know, there's no extra deaths going on. They're just reclassifying as fucking bullshit coronavirus instead of whatever. There's someone's walking past with a dog. No mask, which is good. Anyway. Alright, that'll do. Going to do the show tonight. Number 3, Peekay and patrons, and see if we get some more good people on. Anyway, I just thought I want to say that. Next time I'll do this, hopefully my veggies are a lot, grown, and I can start picking. And I love my radishes, and I love growing your own veggies. Nothing better than eating your own veggies instead of going to the veggie store and eating all that shit that's been put in the freezers for how many months, God knows. But anyway, alright, bye everyone. Cheers for now.